Hi, I'm Leah from Evol Walks, and you are listening to Heavy Mental Breakdown.
Welcome, Leah. You are the first guest that I have had from Australia. So congratulations. This is a first for the podcast. We're reaching out now all the way to Australia crowd because once we share this, your fans are going to go nuts, and then we'll have a presence in Australia. So I appreciate that. Thank you for coming on.
I'm excited to be the first.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So for anybody who doesn't know who Evil Walks is, I'm just trying to make sure I'm saying that right.
Yeah, you are absolutely.
Yeah, so for anybody who doesn't know about Evil Walks and Leah, what's a little bit of like just surface level what you can tell us about you and your music?
Yes, sure. So, Evil Walks, it is my project, but presents as a band. Have been releasing music for around 12 years now. Um, and we're based out of Los Angeles. We've played shows in Europe, America, and also Australia. And we play heavy rock and roll, and we have new music that is currently being worked on.
Awesome. So when did Evil Walks like officially start? I know you say you've been writing music for about 12 years, but when did this actual band start?
Oh, no, that's when this band. I started writing music when I was 11. So,
Okay.
yeah, no. So I've been writing, I don't want to age myself, but oh, over 2 decades.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
we're all millennials here. You don't have to age yourself. Is that are you a millennial?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I started writing music when I was 11. This band
Awesome.
started in 2014.
Well, I've been playing guitar since I was in middle school. I just aged myself. So we're good. We're all good there. That's awesome. Um, what made you want to move from Australia to Los Angeles? Was that the route? Did you from Australia straight to LA, or was there places in between?
So I had been playing music and gigging out publicly from the time I was about 15. And I had a different project and it went through a few iterations. It always had the same name, Lily Rouge, but it started off as solo acoustic, then kind of did a duo thing and then went into a band. And then the final iteration of that band was touring Australia. And one of those songs got noticed on YouTube by an American A&R company. So they invited me as a songwriter to come over to the US to do a showcase called the Rock Summit at Muse Expo, which is held in Los Angeles by a company called A&R Worldwide. So I was invited over to do that at the beginning of 2014. And when I got here, Lily Rouge just didn't seem right, like the right fit anymore. It just felt like a little juvenile. It felt like it was kind of my past and I wanted to make it a little more mature. So that's when I came up with Evil Walks. That's when I started making things a little grittier because Evil Walks with Lily Rouge was still heavy, but it was a little, it didn't have the grit. And so that's kind of how I came to the US and I never left.
Yeah, Evil Walks definitely sounds like a gritty name. I like the other one too, though. That was cool too. So how was the transition from playing music in Australia to playing music in the States? Like, how was that transition for you when you first did that?
It was definitely difficult. Los Angeles was a very hard place to get a gig when no one had ever heard of you. Even
Yeah.
small clubs and trying to get a booking, it was almost impossible. So that was definitely a learning curve. And just never knowing who's going to be there on any given night. Like there was a time that there was one night that I played that Quentin Tarantino happened to be at the venue that I was playing at. Like
Very
that would
cool.
never happen in Australia.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that,
yeah. Yeah, well, I guess anywhere, but I mean that's just proof that like you never know what's gonna happen. Like
yeah.
like for you, like you put it on YouTube and now here you are. You know, it kind of just caught, and then Tarantino was there. But even if it wasn't Tarantino, like let's just say it was a big Nick music producer or something, like you just never know. So putting yourself out there is the best way to go for sure.
Yeah, you could just, that's why every gig, especially in Los Angeles, even if you're just playing, I played a bowling alley quite a bit and there'd
Very
always be
cool.
someone crazy in that audience. You'd be like, oh my gosh, please have a good gig.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know in LA. Yeah, but I lived there for 10 years. I was in Burbank. Where are you at? Where are you at in LA?
So at the moment, I'm on the west side. I did actually just move out from Burbank. I was in
Mm.
Burbank for 18 months, and then I've lived in Hollywood for a few years, and then I spent most of my time in like Mid Wilshire area around the Grove. That was
Oh,
that.
okay. Yeah, I really liked Burbank. I lived in like downtown. I was like on I forget what the cross street was, but it was on Third Street. And but like if I just kept walking, it was like where the AMC was.
Oh,
And
I lived right on that street. I used to
oh,
live
okay.
in the street where the AMC was. I lived in the middle of downtown Burbank. But
Maybe we were neighbors at some point then. Maybe we sat next to each other at a movie screening or something. You just never know.
you never know.
So we are going to be breaking down a song tonight called Surrender. Um, why did you choose that one?
Surrender is a very special song to me. I co-wrote it with Jake Pitts from Black Veil Brides, so that's kind of cool.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, so the guitar work is sick, and the guitars on this one are actually played by Thrasher, like Kevin Thrasher, who is in Escape the Fate,
Sick.
or was in Escape the Fate. I'm not sure what he's doing. So many things, hard to keep track of. He's doing so much, and it was released like 7 years ago, and it just came out at the top of 2019 with this record, and we just started playing gigs out for the record and going out to Vegas, and then the pandemic hit.
Hmm.
I kind of went on my own little side quest. I did a solo album. I got signed with that. I did all this other stuff, but my heart was always with this record and with Surrender. So at the end of last year, I created a TikTok for Evol Walks, which I'd never really done before, and I kind of revamped the socials. And the song that I really focused on was Surrender because it's my favorite song that I've ever written. And it just started to get traction. And so organically, it's up to nearly 35,000 now, which is
Wow, good for you.
insane just from
Yeah.
posting stupid videos. So I just really want people to be able to hear this song and understand like the meaning behind it, just because it's probably from my catalog, it's my favorite that I've written to date.
Okay. Well, we are definitely going to dive deep into it, but let's kind of just like surface level what the song is about.
Surface level, Surrender is about kind of being in not the best headspace, but not wanting to be there alone. So wanting to kind of bring someone down with you.
Ah, interesting. I thought you were gonna go with like surrender to the moment and just like all hope is gone almost. That's where I would when I read when I read the title, that's kind of where I went. So I'm interested. I'm gonna put my own spin on this meaning, and we'll see how it relates to other people too. So this track came out like almost 7 years ago now.
It did.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. How have you seen it grow from like when you first put it out to I guess now? That's a long journey for this track.
It is. So it came out as part of an EP called Our Time Is Now. It was not a single off the EP. I really wanted it to be, but it just was never really chosen. The guys in my band love playing this song live. It's the one that they are always like, oh, it's so fun to play. And
Is it the opener or the closer then?
no, it's second from the end.
Oh, okay. All right.
We can go. It's too high to open with. I need to warm up a bit, and I don't like with it because we have something else that we do. But it's towards the end of the set, so I'm nice and warmed up because you'll hear it.
Yeah.
I don't want to give it away,
Okay.
but
Cool.
yeah, definitely. Also, just on a personal journey for this track, I wrote it in 2017 or 16. 2016 or 17 is when I wrote it. It was recorded in 2017 and then released in 2019. And after it was released, I then got sober. So it kind of helped
Good
me.
for you.
Thank you. It
Yeah.
kind of had to help me have like a deeper insight because at the time of writing the track, it was kind of the lyrics just came to me. It was one of those things where I was like, these are the lyrics, and I wrote them down, and I think I had the first verse done in the first like 10 minutes of the session, and it just really was easy for me to write. And I knew it was about taking someone down with you, but back then it didn't occur to me that maybe that was a bad thing. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, I think and then just, yeah, I love this song so much, and not having people really hear it because it was buried and didn't have a video. I think, yeah.
Are you gonna make a video for it?
Maybe I'm in the studio right now working on brand new music and it's going to be finished soon. So I'm trying to put all my energy into the new stuff because there's some listeners that have been around since the very beginning that are just like, we love you, but TikTok.
Yeah, yeah. TikTok is a whole separate world. It's nuts,
Yeah.
crazy. I don't get it. My wife runs it. I'm just like, I don't want any of that. Um, all right. This track is called "Surrender" by Evol Walks. I have not heard this song yet. Did I tell you that?
Yes, you do.
Okay, cool. I can't remember when I tell people that or not, but I have not heard this track yet. So, like I said before, when I heard the word surrender, it just took me somewhere different. So now I'm super stoked to listen to it, with the new mindset and how I took it before. So let's check this song out. This is called Surrender, by Evol Walks. Let's break this track down.
With just a look, it's like a moth to a flame inside a tuck. Me in the strangest way, I searched within the mirror to find out what I despise. 100 million secrets hiding deep within these eyes. Why can't you lose it all? Help me fall, stop hiding from your sins. So please help me fall, 'cause we all float down here. Surrender, surrender. So let me take you down with me. Remember, you could be falling down with me.
Holy shit. And that guitar that came in, that was, to me, it's funny. Like, I love watching, well, not as much anymore, but I used to be like a big sports fan watching playoffs and wrestling. And like, to me, that just sounds like a track that like a wrestler would walk out to. It's like their theme song to pump them up before they get in the ring.
That would be so cool. So AEW, WWE.
Exactly. WWE, here you go. You found your new theme song for WrestleMania. There we go.
Just let me know, guys. Pre-request.
All right. Well, let's go into these lyrics. Okay, yeah, well, I'll wait till we get there. With just a look, it's like a moth to a flame. Inside it took me the strangest way. I've searched within the mirror to find out what I despise. 100 million secrets hiding deep within those eyes. Why can't you lose it all? Help me fall. Stop hiding your sins. So please help me fall, because we all float down here. That line took me to Pennywise in the It movie. Did you find motivation from that at all?
Yeah, I did that all. I love Stephen King.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I don't know if we said this on the interview or not or before, but I'm a big horror fan. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, "Oh, I knew what you were talking about." So now it just takes me to a clown in the sewer, and it just, all right, I have to detach that story from this song. So when I heard the line, where is it? I've searched within the mirror to find out what I despise. When I heard that, the whole like verse and chorus took me to a one-on-one battle with yourself. I've searched within the mirror to find out what I despise. It's like breaking yourself down and trying to like, okay, I'm looking at myself. I'm going to talk to myself. What is it that I want to, I don't know, get better on or focus or fix in my life? A million secrets hiding deep within those eyes. Like there's things that you just hold to yourself that no one even knows. Why can't you lose it all? So that line kind of confused me. Why can't you lose it all? Explain that one to me.
Sure.
Kind of explain just like this first part right here. Yeah.
So the first verse is, you're right in the fact it is me to, or a person, me, but it can be anyone, talking to themselves. It's really, you're like, there's a lot of self-hatred there. There's a lot of loathing. There's a lot of like, not the biggest fan of themselves. So like they're really searching to figure out, okay, what is it about me that I'm not comfortable with? Like what is in me that is causing me to be this person? And then there's like 100 million secrets hiding deep within these eyes. It's to myself, but it's also just a blanket statement to the public. Like there's a lot of things that have happened and occurred that, will never be discussed or talked about. And it's kind of all ties into that, self-hatred or that perceived, like, the downward spiral. And then it will help me fall. It's talking to someone else now. It's being like, I don't want to do this alone. I want you to come with me. Why won't you do it? Like, I want you to be in the place that I am, because if we're gonna,
okay.
Yeah. Like, I want you to be here with me when you do it. I think you could also do, it sounds very cliche when you say this, but I think you could also relate it to a toxic relationship. Those people that when you're with them, like whatever energy you have together is just really bad.
Yeah, they're energy vampires you're hanging out with.
Yeah.
They drain ya.
They do, or they just bring out the worst side of you. So your energy together and your chemistry, while it's chemistry, is also terrible because you end up pulling each other down into this like really bad place.
Yeah, and the more like trauma and stuff you go through, the harder it is to like detach yourself from that person. So it just becomes this crazy battle. And then you look in the mirror like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
So earlier you had said that you are sober now.
Yeah.
Now I think after my first year I'll stop doing this, but like literally today I looked and I was 178 days sober.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I know how hard it is to snap out of that. It is not easy. And so I've searched within the mirror to find out what I despise. There was many times when I was just like wasted and drunk, but like I didn't even go out anywhere. It was just me kind of like soaking in my sorrows at home. And I would look at myself in the mirror and I wouldn't even recognize that person. And like my eyes would just be like bloodshot. Like, I don't know. It not a good me. And that's where that took me to when I looked at the mirror, was disgusted with myself for my addiction with alcohol. And now, since I've stopped drinking, I feel like I'm the best version of myself now too. And like now I can like do this kind of stuff, like read it clearly and have a better mindset. So that's exactly where that took me right there. Were you sober when you wrote this song?
No. I wrote this song I can't remember if I wrote it in 2016 or the beginning of 2017, but I was definitely absolutely not sober. I got sober in July 2019, so like 6 months after this song came out.
Oh, and so after the song came out, do you think this song kind of like, well, do you think that your addiction inspired, or I don't know if it was addiction or anything, but do you think that your drinking inspired this song, or do you think that like this was kind of like to put that chapter for closure, and like once the song was out, you're like, okay, now I can release this with the song? Or did that work out? Did that kind of happen at all with you?
No, not really. I think I understood the song better once I stopped drinking and once I kind of came to terms. I had a coping problem, so my drinking was a coping mechanism for things that I had trouble processing. And emotions, I'm not great with emotions, so I think I used to drink to deal with that. So this song at the time, I just thought I was writing it about two people that are bad for each other, but I realized that having clarity and sobriety and looking at this song, it's more about taking yourself to a really dark place but not wanting to be there alone, and wanting to kind of have someone there with you because you're not really supposed to be there. And you're also calling them out, like, like you can't get there on your own either, because going there on your own is too dark. So it's like, why can't you lose?
You're scary.
Yeah, it's like, why can't you lose it all and help me fall? Like you've got shit, you've got things going on too. Like you need to stop hiding from your sins and just embrace them and come down here with me. Which is really bad. And it's terrible advice, but
But that's what the great thing about this music is, because when you wrote it, you were not in a good place. So now you can kind of like step back and like look back at what you did and be like, I don't want to do that anymore. But I'm kind of glad I did, because it kind of got me through that moment. Because I've done similar things too. Like I like to put out short films. I write and direct like short little psychological things, and but they're all written when I'm just in a really bad place. Mm. And then they're tough to watch afterwards.
yeah.
Do you is it tough to listen to this song sometimes for you?
No, I don't think so because I know that when I wrote it, deconstructing it like this, it sounds really bad and or like even malicious. And when I wrote it, it wasn't like that. I was kind of thinking it more like, why can't you just let go and like hang out with me down here and it's going to be fun? Like, it's not until you kind of have that emotional maturity, I think, and that sobriety that you're like, it's probably really bad advice. But I was also like 23 or 24 at the time. So, you're not thinking like that. I think the only scary thing that's ever been something with this song is when one of my ex-boyfriends told me that he thought it was really romantic and maybe like I should get back to that place again because he and I could go there together. And I'm like,
No.
you're a psycho.
Yeah.
God, this
Yeah.
relationship is ending. Goodbye.
You're like, I am not trying to go back to that place.
Yeah, it's like he's like, this sounds fun. If you like this, that'll be so fun. I'm like, yeah, no.
So then I've got a question for you. So this album came out. I was kind of thinking about saving it for later, but I think it might be a good place to chat about it for a sec. You have kind of a wide range of singles. Oh. And I'm looking, and one of the ones that came out earliest was called Man in the Box in 2021.
Yes.
For you, and so at that time you were sober. Was that like kind of the first thing you put out once like you were kind of in that new mindset?
No, the first thing that I put out after I got sober was Death of Me.
Okay.
That came
There
out
it is. I see it.
2019 to my remember.
Oh, okay. Oh, I should probably click on the thing and look back. Never mind. Okay, cool. How was that for you? Like, how was that kind of a whole different approach to songwriting in a way? It's almost like starting something kind of different when you're in a new mindset.
Well, I mean, if we're talking about, because that song was actually written in 2014. So if we're talking about the first song that I wrote when I was sober that I released, that's also a different story entirely. That would be Back Where You Belong. I wrote that probably about a month after I got sober, and it got released in 2022.
How did that feel for you recording that and putting something out in like a different like headspace?
It was really, I think I was still really going through it because I feel like the first year you don't really feel, for me at least, I didn't really feel like I was calibrated. I was very like feeling all of these emotions that I'd never allowed myself to feel before. So it was a great session, but it was very emotional. I was very angry in like what I was writing about. And it was just, it was a very emotional session. Like I remember feeling like very drained after it, and very close after that, probably about a week after that, I wrote Sleeping with a Ghost, not the reimagined version, like the heavy version. And the same thing. It was just very, very intense. There was a lot of anger there. There was a lot of resentment. And I think those two sessions were the second time probably being in sessions that I was just like, oh my God, I am like, this is too much. Because when I was 19, I would go into the studio and write and I'd be going through it, but I didn't drink the way that I did when I moved to the States. So I could remember what it was like to experience a session like that, but I hadn't done it for such a long time. So it was very raw. It was a bit raw.
Yeah. But again, this just kind of proves that it just proves the beauty of music and how even when the darkest places, you have something that you can look. Well, there's kind of a bright side of like, well, let me go create something and make something out of this pain that I'm feeling. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, we still have more. We still have more track to listen to. Let's keep listening to it. I really liked because we all float down here. That's cool. Now all I can see is a sorry. All I can see is a red balloon. Thank you, Leah. Now I gotta go watch. Now I gotta go watch it after this, but the original one, not the remake.
The original's so good.
So here we stand. Let me embrace this darkness. Just take my hand. Let it wash over you. My end is the beginning. Stories waiting to be told. The sweetest kind of nightmare is just starting to unfold. Why can't you lose it all? Help me fall. Stop hiding from your sins. So please help me fall. 'Cause we all float down here. Surrender, surrender. So let me take you down with me. Remember, you could be falling down with me.
All right, we'll stop it there. Escape the Fate is on this one. Yeah, their guitar player. You said right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's still playing with them, but at the time he was.
Yeah.
He does a lot of production for a lot of people now. He does a lot of songwriting, production, and everything.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't quite listened to them in a minute, but I remember there was years, even back to Ronnie Radke days and Escape the Fate. Like I used to listen to them all the time. And I'm not sure their names, so I'm not sure how long he was with them, but I can hear the influence there. Just in the guitar, because I feel like they have a very distinct sound with their guitars, specifically. So I hear it. It's really cool. That's cool. All right. All right. Okay, so you go, here we stand. Let me embrace this darkness. So that's kind of what I was saying earlier. Like when I heard the name Surrender, I'm just like, oh, surrendering to like whatever, like darkness is around you or the moment. Let me embrace this darkness. Because sometimes it's really hard to like see anything else.
Yeah.
It's like there's no point in fighting out of this because it just I stumble every fucking time. I'm just gonna sit here and embrace this. I've been there. And then that's when the bottle came out. Just take my hand, let it wash over you. My end is the beginning. Stories waiting to be told. I can almost kind of put a flip on this because my end is the beginning. We're still here. And it's like we've gone through a lot of really bad things. I've gone through a lot of things, but ultimately we're still here. So it's like every end is a new opportunity to start fresh again. Stories waiting to it. It's just that one line right there. I see a little bit of light in the darkness. The sweetest kind of nightmare is just starting to unfold. Why can't you lose it all? Help me fall. Stop hiding from your sins. We all float. Explain this new verse for me here.
Yeah, sure. So this verse is kind of a little lighter than the first verse because embracing, but it's kind of exploring the theme of when you are partying too hard or you are kind of drinking, it can be really fun. Mm-hmm. Like it can be. And you just go on these crazy adventures and you're probably not doing a great thing and you really regret it later sometimes.
No.
But
I was going to say it's fun until you wake up the next morning.
Yes, it is. Or it's like, you're trying to forget about something, so you're just like on one. Like you're just out and on one. So This verse is more talking about that, like my end. So, I'm in a really bad place. Like I feel like I'm at the end, I'm at the bottom. But it's a beginning because I am heading out. I am going to like do some damage, and there's going to be some stories.
It's almost like a cycle. The end, the beginning, the end, the beginning, the end, the beginning. It's this crazy cycle that we put ourselves through when we have this.
And that's why it's the sweetest kind of nightmare is just starting to unfold because it is nightmarish, but it's also sometimes you look back, you're like, oh my God, that was hilarious. Also not great. But so
And it makes for a good story.
It does. And so you're also, again, you're beckoning that person to come with you. It's like, just take my hand, like I'll guide you. Come with me. Just embrace the darkness. Let's wait. We're going. Let's go.
I've been in such a dark place before that I didn't want to get out of it. Like, I didn't want to fight out of it. I'm just like, this is me. Like, I don't know if I'm ever going to get out of this. So I started to embrace that darkness, and things got really dark there for a minute. The sweetest kind of nightmare. All right. Well, we still have, we were about a little more than halfway through. Let me see. We don't have
not a whole lot of new.
I was going to say, yeah, there's not too many new lyrics. So I say,
thick guitar solo.
I'm excited for that. I heard something coming. That's why I always stop it there. I'm just like after the second chorus most of the time, because I know something's coming after that. All right. Well, let's keep rocking out. Unless there's anything else you wanted to say about that section.
I'm just really excited about the guitar. This song in particular, I didn't really think it needed a bridge because the guitars were so good. I was like, let's just let the guitars do their thing.
Hell yeah. I'm stoked for it now. Let's rock out to this guitar solo then. I always try to think of different mindsets and different ways to look at mental health stuff and depression. This is a first about a horror movie and how that could relate to bringing somebody down with you, because that's what he tries to do, bring somebody down there with him and ruins their life. And yeah, I really like that. Do you have any experience in storytelling? Do you ever write poems and stories or anything like that outside of lyrics?
I actually started, before I wrote songs, I wrote poems, but I was a kid. I was 6, 7, 8.
That still kind of stays with you a little bit though.
Yeah. I loved creative writing too. I did a lot of writing when I was a teenager, and when I was kind of in my 20s, I was kind of just writing to write. I would sit down and write mini novels, but
oh, cool.
I haven't read anything lately because I just get to this point. I'd like to write a book, but then I just, there's so much to do. Where do you find the time?
You're I want to do all of the things.
I do. I kind of if I.
Do you want to act too? Would you ever want to act in a horror movie?
Maybe. I used to do these. I have a fair bit of drama in my past. I did drama from the time I was about 5, and I used to do a Stedford, and I used to get graded. And so I have a lot of drama in my past as well.
Gotcha. So this might be, hopefully it's not too personal of a question, and if you don't want to answer it, we'll just move right along. Um, when you are able to put so much emotion into a track, and then you're able to look back at it later with a new mindset and you're sober now, I know that that journey is really fucking hard. So from the time that you got sober to now, how has that self journey been for you? Like I can tell that you've gone through a lot of like self realization and just like focusing on yourself. Like what do you do for that? Like when you got out of that to now, like what's kind of like your advice? Like do you meditate? Do you go for walks? And I don't know. I don't know. What do you do to like kind of bring you from that place to this place?
Oh gosh, there are so many things. I keep very busy, like very, very busy. My schedule is stacked. I'm trying to do better at that. I think it's important to have time to think. I do a lot of yoga. I do yin yoga specifically, the deep stretch one with sound baths. I also do, I have a very intense like workout regime. I aim for 6 a week, but I end up only doing 4 to 5 sometimes.
Days?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you. I was like, wait, days? Wow, okay.
Yeah. Usually, like, if I have the time, 2.5 hours, but sometimes it's only an hour and a half, but it is what it is. And then sometimes I spend time with friends. I journal, I read, and then I also try and, if things are getting a bit too overwhelming and it is getting too much, I try and remove myself from that situation and go and just, I love Thai food. I'll go have some Thai food.
Hell yeah.
I have little things, and I also know what my triggers are. So if they come up or I become uncomfortable, then I'm just like, okay, I'm removed myself. Goodbye.
Yeah, this journey that we go through to get better. Like I almost felt like I needed to go through that to be like the person I am right now, to be able to like look back at other things and then relate my things to other things so people feel like they're not alone and we have these conversations and it's awesome. Yeah. When you put this song, not when you put it out. Well, I guess. So when you put this track out, I guess even till now, how have the fans and just like people received it? Like what kind of feedback have you got on it throughout the years?
So when it first got put out, it was put out as part of an EP. And at the beginning of 2019, we did kind of have Spotify, but it's not the way it was now. So it's not like it could really be discovered in the same way. You couldn't pitch to playlists the way you can now. Social media, like TikTok, wasn't around. And so the feedback that I received from people who actually listened to the album, loved it. I know my band loved it. Like they loved it. It's
really good. It is really good.
Thank you. And there would be times, it's a big sing. Like that song's really hard to sing, especially in the original key. So there'd be some days I'm like, we're not playing this. And one of my guitarists would be like, well, no, we have to play this. I'm like, can we just not today?
Well, that was like the first thing that when I first paused it after like the first chorus, I'm like, holy shit, what a voice.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a big one. So I knew that I knew that I had something special to me. And so that's why when it kind of just sat not really have anything done with it until I started up the Evol Walks TikTok account in November last year, 2025. And that's when I used that song as the test. I've put pretty much our whole catalog on TikTok trying to test the different, and that one just kept coming back. And people are really responding to it. They love the vocals. They love the message. A lot of them love the "it" reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to. Yeah, I think they just think it's really catchy. I think it is. It seems to resonate with them, which makes me very happy because it is my favorite, and I am a little biased. So,
so you recently put, you said it's an acoustic version.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put an acoustic version out to "Burning in Silence."
Yeah.
How is that doing for you so far?
Really good. There is a backstory. So in 2023, I hadn't been signed to a label yet. I was working on a solo project, but I wanted new Evol Walks music to come out, and I didn't have the opportunity to get with the producer that I wanted to be with. So I did an acoustic EP of my favorite songs by Evol Walks. And then the record got put on hold because I got signed to a label and I had to release the solo stuff. So now that's finalized, and I'm releasing the acoustic EP next month. It has an acoustic version of Surrender, but it did put out an acoustic version of Burning in Silence. And I just really wanted to, the original is like a rock song and it's really up tempo and it's very energetic. And I think the meaning can be overlooked. So I wanted to release an acoustic version to really tap into the meaning of the song so people can understand, like it's heartbreaking. Like it is a sad, heartbreaking song. And also I do like to play some acoustic pop-ups sometimes. So just being like, look, it's a rock band, but we play acoustic. Hello. Yes, thanks.
I love when people do that. I don't know. It was, 15 years or something like that at Warped, 15 years ago at Warped Tour, there was this band that was walking around. They're called Larry and His Flask. Oh, and they walking around with like banjos and like this huge stand-up bass, and they're just full of energy, and they were just walking around, and it made me want to go to their set time. So I'm just like, these guys are so cool, walking around, talking to us, just hanging out. And it made me want to go support them. And I actually just filmed a video for them like a month ago, which is wild. So it was a weird full circle moment there. But anyway, yeah, that's great. I mean, just getting yourself out there, like you said earlier, like you never know who's going to see it and listen to it.
Exactly.
So you're putting out an acoustic EP, and you also said that you're writing new music.
Yeah, so there's an acoustic EP dropping on the 7th of August. It has a brand new track that nobody's ever heard, and then an acoustic Surrender, and then it's got 3 other tracks. I have 2 finished heavy tracks that are going to drop as singles, and I'm currently in the studio right now. We're 3 songs into a 5-song EP with Hiram Hernandez, and it's sounding really, really sick. But I know how the algorithm works, and I know people have been really patient for heavy stuff because the last heavy stuff that was new was released in 2022. So I wanted to have like at least two heavy things and then a few others, so people had new stuff to play with as they were discovering us.
Kind of ease back into the heavy stuff.
Yeah, and just feed the algorithm, and people who've been around for a while I have been asking for the acoustic versions for quite a long time, and new people will have. They'll see that and dig into our catalog and see what's going on.
With the vocal range so crazy on this song, how did the acoustic go for you with your voice? Like, do you tone it down a little bit, or you kind of go all out on the acoustic too?
The acoustic is a reimagining, so it keeps the same elements, but it really does tone it down for acoustic. So it's still high, and it's still powerful, but it definitely has a different vibe. I think we've also done it in A minor.
I'm stoked for this.
Thank you.
August 7th, you said, for this one?
Yep. It's going to drop August 7th. I've only done pre-sale on Bandcamp, and then everything else will just drop at once on Spotify. I'm really nervous because it is a bit different. So I'm hoping people love it. People who come to the acoustic shows and have seen me do it really love it. But we'll see. The internet is a wild and wonderful place sometimes. So.
That's a great way of wording it. Wild and wonderful place sometimes. So you have all this music coming out, going forward. But what does the rest of 2026 look like for Leah and Evol Walks?
Sure. So we are playing a show this week in Hollywood. It's probably going to be our only Los Angeles show unless something really, really good, like big, comes up. At the moment, we're trying to book a Pacific Northwest run later in the year. We're also trying to hit up out east a little bit, Arizona and Vegas. We're just trying to get those finalized. Yeah, we've got.
I'm going to be living in Arizona starting September 1st. So if you happen to be in Arizona after September, I'm going to make sure to go see you guys.
We definitely will be. We're aiming towards, like, once we've got some of the new heavier stuff out. After this, I am meeting up with my person who's going to be doing all of the visuals for one of the heavy singles. It's going to be like really weird and creepy. You're going to love it. It's horrifying. Like, I sent her the mood board. She's like, "Oh girl, I'm so excited." I was like, I've been very inspired by like Atlas devours his son. So
one thing that I can tell with you, and I can just feel it. You're like, you just love what you're doing. Like you're so excited about your music. Like that's the best way to approach it, right? Or it's like I don't care what anybody else thinks of it. I love this stuff. I love what I'm doing, and I can sense that. And like fans can sense that too, and it just makes that relationship a little bit closer, I think.
Yeah, there's really no point in doing it if you don't love it. I've been doing it for such a long time, and there was a time where I kind of more viewed it as work, and I view it as work, but if I what kind of song should I write to make it resonate? And I'm like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Like I want to make music and I want people to hear it.
Yeah.
If it blows up, it blows up, and if it doesn't, I don't really care because I'm doing something authentic to me.
Yeah.
And I just want to be authentic and make music that I love, that the people who already love my music are going to love as well, because I want to stay true to the people who have always supported us, because there's some really great ones in there.
It's crazy how life changes when you start to do something that you love.
Yes.
Why don't more people do that, Leah? I feel like people are just, and I'm not calling anybody out or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, I think so many people are just 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, get home, whatever, and that's what they do, and that's fine. But not a lot of people do what they love, like, even if it's just a hobby or on the weekends or whatever.
I think it's hard to find and to realize what you love. I've been incredibly blessed that I've always known. I don't know how I've always known. It's just ever since I was, first starting to talk, I knew. I've just always known. There was never a... So I'm very lucky. Also unlucky in some ways because I won't do anything else. But I'm very lucky, and I know it's kind of hard. I was just thinking the other day, I don't really have any hobbies. So, if I just have music, I would be like 9 to 5, not just, I wouldn't have. So I'm just, I think some people just haven't had the chance to really.
You probably would have been like a script writer for horror movies or something like that.
Probably would have done something like that. Honestly, I may have also done like clinical psychiatry or something.
I can tell that you want to help people, even if it's like, well, I don't know if it's help people, but like be a good influence on people and kind of just, it seems like you're doing it for all the right reasons, which is awesome.
Well, thank you. I hope that my music reaches the right people and that they do kind of resonate with it in a positive way, and maybe it helps them, or maybe they just love to scream it in their car or in the shower.
Well, it seems like it's already doing that. You're already doing that.
That's true.
There you go. That's awesome. So if anybody wanted to keep track of all the shows, all the releases, everything Evol Walks and Leah, where's the best place to go for that?
Gosh, I am everywhere. So we have a website, www.evolwalks.com. I think I actually connected all our stuff. But anyway, you can find us on Instagram, Evol Walks. That's it. TikTok, Evol Walks. On YouTube, we're Evol Walks Band. That one's hard. And then otherwise, if you just want to chat to me, Leah Martin Brown, my name without the hyphen. If you're on Instagram, I collaborate most of my posts with Evol Walks, so you'll find me. I'm everywhere.
You're everywhere.
It's upsetting. I pop up on everyone's FYP, and I'm not sure if they're stoked about it or not. But you will find me, or I will find you first.
Nice. Are you playing any shows? Do you ever go back to Australia, or you haven't been there in a minute? Or okay.
I go back at least once or twice a year. We haven't played in Australia since 2015. I would really love to go home and play some shows. It's just the logistics. I would have to. I couldn't fly my whole band over. I just couldn't do it. So I would have to find really solid guys in Australia that I would be able to, send the music to. They could learn it. We could get together in a room, rehearse it for a bit, and then just do a run.
I haven't interviewed him yet, but there is somebody from Australia that I am interviewing in a couple weeks.
Oh,
so if you're ever looking for a member, huh?
I beat him. I'm the number one
Yeah,
Australian.
you did. Absolutely. But I was going to say, if you're ever looking for like members and music stuff out there, I'm sure he would. I'm sure because he works in music. He actually works for Slaughter to Prevail, which is fucking awesome.
Dope. I love sort of.
Oh, me too. So I don't know if you ever need anybody out there. I'm sure I can connect you guys. You can play a show in Australia. That'd be sick.
Yeah, it's been such a long time. We haven't toured in Australia since I was a kid, so that would be nice to go back and do a run.
Absolutely. Well, Leah, thank you so much for telling your story. It's not an easy thing to do, especially to someone you've never met before. So I appreciate it. I appreciate the music you write and why you do it. And it saves people, it helps people, it gets them out of their head for a little bit. So even if we can help them scream in the car for a minute, it's well worth it. Well, thank you so much. August 7th is when this acoustic EP is dropping. This song Surrender is going to be on there, which I am stoked about. And yeah, thanks again. Thanks again, Leah. It was fun meeting you and getting to know you a little bit.
Thank you. It was wonderful chatting. Thank you so much for your time today.
Absolutely.